crunching, and cries fill the lonely night. Crash, bang, boom. Yet another person falls victim of becoming a statistic as a result of impaired driving. Another baby cries in the night with no mother to attend to it. Another father mourns the loss of his family. Another mother collapses to the floor at the news of her son's death. These are just some of the fatalities due to impaired driving. One more person is charged and put into jail for one fatal decision and will never truly understand the extent of the damage they have caused. The harmful aftermath of impaired driving can be reduced through education, planning ahead of time, and personally taking charge of situations. More specifically, how can we influence the effects of impaired driving? First of all, if we start to educate our children on the effects of impaired driving at an earlier age, the message may get across to the next generation. Since the number of impaired driving accidents is so high, we need to educate our offspring on this topic earlier in life. We must make the message known that driving while impaired kills. That message can be taught through the education system. According to MADD, which is Mothers Against Drunk Driving, an estimated 11,773 people died in alcohol-impaired traffic crashes in 2008, and a staggering 3 of 10 Americans will be involved in an alcohol-related accident in their lives. But, of course, the statistics don't do justice to the pain and loss suffered by drunk driving victims and their families. The parents who have lost children, husbands and wives who have lost their spouses, and kids who have lost their parents. Not only do we need to be educated, we also need to know what to do if you do decide to drink. Making a plan ahead of time will reduce having to drive after you have been drinking. Have a plan before you know you're going to be drinking. Taking public transportation, calling a taxi, or enlisting a designated driver are all ways you can prevent drinking and driving. Other safety measures include wearing your seatbelt and having a vehicle with airbags. Since alcohol impairs judgment and reasoning, it is imperative that you come up with a solid plan regarding how you will get to and from where you need to go after you've been drinking. Some people decide that they shouldn't plan, and this is where you come into play. Sometimes you have to personally take charge of a situation in order for the responsible decision to be made. About 1/3 of people of driving age have been with a friend who may have had too much to drink to drive safely, and including half of those are under the age of 30. Most of these tried to stop the friend from driving and were successful in preventing the impaired person from driving almost 75% of the time. Friends don't let friends drink and then drive. In the morning, you'll have a safer and maybe an even closer friend. You have to politely but firmly tell them you cannot let them drive home because you care about them. Many people believe that coffee or a cold shower or fresh air is all that's needed to overcome the effects of alcohol. But in truth, time is the only way to get alcohol out of your system. If a friend of yours has been drinking, he or she should not drive. You can always take their keys away or even just have your friends sleep over at your house, but always be proactive. The following story is one that you don't ever want to go through and shouldn't ever put someone through. It is 2:20 in the morning when the phone rings. You are automatically startled and jump to pick it up after the second ring. That feeling in your stomach tells you that something is terribly wrong. It is the police on the other end of the line telling you that your daughter has been in a fatal accident. As the officer is talking, you seem to freeze and zone out. Your spouse is up now and takes the phone and talks to the officer to find out what is going on. You're in a state of shock as you both drive to the hospital so that you all can identify your daughter. When you become more coherent, you learn that a senseless fool who was drunk took your precious baby away from you. This is one phone call that parents all over America go to sleep each night praying that they will not get. It is horrifying to learn that your child has been in a car accident. But if the cause of the accident was a drunk driver, then it is even worse. And this is so because you know that it was someone's choice to drink and drive, and this led to the death of your child. Being responsible is the key to everything I've talked about and is key to not drinking and driving. You have to be responsible first and foremost. Don't be selfish. Always remember that your one decision can impact not only yourself, but others' lives you are putting at risk in the process. I think that drinking and driving can be reduced by educating students and letting them know how huge this topic is, planning ahead of time, and stepping up and taking charge in certain situations. Save yourself and save someone else's life. Don't drink and drive.